We got some craziness going on here, guys. So yeah, just be ready. Gotta log in here. Get on this Amazon tablet I got here. Wi-Fi. Sorry I haven't been around very much for you guys, but yeah, been a lot of stuff going on. What? Okay, hold on a second. Try to get this thing working so that I can see your guys' comments when you comment. Scan settings. Let's see if this works. We got 3 people watching. That's cool. Hello, everybody. It's been a long time since I've actually put up a live stream on here. A few weeks, maybe a few months. I don't know. I had to move around so much, but I got everything all packed in my trailer right here. And Netgear. Why the hell do I have all these weird ass? How come the red lion isn't showing up on these? Netgear 83. All right, but we're just going to connect that one. Obtaining IP address. It's an open. Connected, but no internet. Connected. Oh, okay. Well, let's try this then. Oh, we got this going on. Let's try it. Let's see if it works. It is working. Awesome. All right. Now we're going to see. What? Search here. Go. There we go. All right, now we're live. There we go. All right, now we're live. There we go. Oh, I better mute it. All right, now we're live. Ah, shit. Constant feedback. Oh, I better mute it. All right, now we're live. Come on. Shit. Damn it. Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right. Well, thumbs up the video if you guys could. Because if there's no thumbs up, then nobody else knows about it. Okay, now. Well, for some reason, I'm not seeing any comments. How come my comments ain't showing up? Okay, we got 3 people watching right now. There should be 3 thumbs up. You guys are probably gonna hear this crazy dude that's right down the street from me, and he's gonna be freaking out and yelling, and he gets like that. That's my neighbor. He stabbed a dude like 3 days ago. Yeah. He's totally freaking out. Well, it looks like this thing is not going to show me people's comments. Let me try hitting this. Live chat. All messages are visible. All right. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay. Froglid. Okay. Hey, Froglid. What's going on? Well, yeah. This damn thing is not working very well. It's not showing me any comments or texts. Maybe I should go get my tablet. Because this is just a tiny little Amazon tablet thing that's like actually really just good for just simply watching videos and movies and stuff like that. But when it comes down to doing something legitimate, they're just junk. They just really are junk. So I'm going to power off. Shut down. We'll grab my Lenovo tablet and see if that thing. What are you doing for work these days? Matt, I'm still working for the same guy I have been for the past 3 years. I'm still doing decks and simple handyman service stuff. Yeah, still doing the same stuff. It's just the thing is I only make $10 an hour, and that's it. I make $10 an hour, and I might work 4, maybe 5 hours a day. That's it. That's enough to sustain you. That's not enough to pull you out of being homeless. Plus, on top of that, it's getting really bad in this town. I'll get into that here in a second. So wait a second. I gotta get this stuff set up better, because I did not expect this stuff. Light. Yeah, see my humble abode here, guys. This is what I've converted my trailer into. There's a bed right here and all my like extra stuff, like clothes and my sex bondage stuff. Okay, I don't got any of that in here, but yeah, I've got my cookery thing. I've got this cooking thing that's right here, and I might do a live stream on that sometime, because that's kind of a neat little idea that I did with this. You can't see it right now, but yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on there. I got pretty much what you're looking at is I've got a porch right here. I actually let me see if I can try to show you guys this. Not much has changed on this thing other than trying to enclose it more. So okay, so what you're looking at here is the very back of the trailer. Okay, the back of the trailer, the very back I turned into a little porch. And I've got my table saw right here, extra water. I've got some extra water over here too, that's behind the curtain. And then I've got a little storage spot behind the door. And the door, yeah, see, this is the trailer, the back of the trailer. that I built back in the day. And then I put walls on it, gimpy ass little walls that are not really anything that I should be all that proud of. But when I'm fucking poor as shit and I can't make ends meet, obviously I gotta deal with what I can do. So, anyways, but I mean, if you want to compare me to the rest of the homeless people, I'm pretty damn rich. So, yeah. Anyways, and the lighting that's lighting me up right now and creating the shadow, this is actually it's one of those Walmart garden lamps, you know, that charges up during the daytime. And I got it spiked into a milk carton. Such ingenuity, eh, guys? Such overwhelming ingenuity. Oh, but yeah, try firing this thing up. Hopefully, this damn thing ain't dead. It better not be, because I put it on a charger a while back, and come on. Okay. Oh, it vibrated. Woohoo! Powered by Lenovo, or however it's pronounced. I used to have 3 of these, but 2 of them were stolen. Yep. Apparently somebody else out there thought that they needed one for their YouTube channel. Wow, full battery. Cool. What? This is a picture 2 years ago that I took when I was in the shelter. I don't know if you guys can see it. See, it's black and white. My hair was my hair was as long in that picture as it is now. Actually, it's a little longer now. See, normally my hair isn't that long. You guys know that. Normally I have shorter hair. Let's see if this... What the hell? Did I just lose my lighter? Yeah, check this out. Somebody brought me this. This is a root. And now it's just like, they brought it to me. I was like, oh, that is kind of neat. Put like little jewelry and stuff like that on it, and make it a little decorative piece on my porch. Hey, I'm not... There's only 3 thumbs up. There needs to be more thumbs up than that. All right, let me see here. Okay, I got to get... All right, I got to get on connections here. Settings. Where are you at? See, I should have had all this shit set up before I even hit record on the live stream. Oh, network and internet. Wayland, yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we're hooking up to the internet with my Lenovo tablet. It's probably going to take 10. There was a problem signing into your account. What? There shouldn't be. What the hell? Oh my God. Checking info. You don't need to check my info. You're just taking too damn long. Come on. Well, once I can get this shit connected, then I'll be able to tell you guys what's been going on here. What's been going on in my life. All right, we're going to forget that because it's stupid. That connection is a piece of junk. Neck gear, no, that's a junkie. Orby, no. Dan. We'll try that one. Orby lobby guest. Orby. The hell is that? All right, Nick Gear 78 is. If you're going to have an open fucking internet, then have an open internet. Jesus, people. Okay. Jesus. This is so stupid. All right, fine. Then what we're going to do here then is we're going to go to Google. We're going to go to Chrome. We're going to go to YouTube. YouTube, go. We'll go to YouTube on Chrome. What? Can't load link. What? What if I go over here and go into incognito? You're incognito. Okay. Now we're going to come up here and go to YouTube. Go. Sync isn't working. Oh, that's what's going on here. All right. Apparently, my phone is synced to this thing, but all right. Okay, so now we're going to come up here to. Okay. Let's see if this works. So, what's everybody been up to? Well, maybe I'll fill you guys all in on the adventures that I've been having since we've only got 2 people watching right now. Well, shit, I've been doing this. I've been on here for 20. I don't need to be signed in. Oh my God. Hey Bob, what's going on? What's going on, man? Well, just trying to hang in there. I'm at a new spot right now again. But this is the spot where I'm at right now is the same spot I was at 3 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I'm up here behind the motel, and where you see some of my other older live streams going in or going that you see on my channel, and it's geez, why is this taking so long? Trying to sign in so that way I can actually see your guys' comments on my tablet here, but it's taking so damn long, and I don't see why it's taking so long. Wow. Let's see if that works. Oh, this is so dumb how it won't. Whoa. Oh, did that just pause the video here? Hey, you guys have a lot of fires over there that way? Not really. Not really. I mean, it's not really affecting our air. Not all that bad. I mean, it's we really haven't had much happening here yet, but you know, and it's been really damn hot. So that was weird. Yeah. It probably turned off my live stream because I'm trying to sign in with this thing and with this Lenovo. Not now. And for some reason, this thing is really going kind of slow. Live. Here we go. I'm not seeing any comments. How come my comments aren't being displayed on my stuff? Yeah, we haven't had many fires going on here, and where in the hell are my comments? What the hell's going on here? I guess I probably should have had this shit ready before I even hit broadcast. You see 4 watching right now? Okay. Oh well, okay, fuck it. It'll catch up. Anyways, okay, so about a month ago, actually 2 or 3 months ago, I ended up hurting my back really bad. So I have this real bad sciatic problem on my left leg. So I lose mobility. You know, my leg just collapses sometimes, but I'm working on it. So I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, I used to be really athletic and stuff like that, but you know, with this crazy happening, it's a little bit more difficult. So that's kind of slowed me down. I'm still working for the same guy. I've been working for the same guy for like 3 years now. But it's just not becoming sustainable because you know I'm building my life up. I've got my truck now. You know, you guys know I've got my truck. I've got that car now. I bought that car. I still owe on that car. I've got my trailer behind me. This thing. And I have another pop-up trailer that I've got my hands on, and that's kind of like what I use for storage. So I've got a lot of stuff because I'm trying to build my life up, and there's no way I can live in a fucking tent like everybody else. It just doesn't happen. I've got 2 vehicles, so that way I'm reliable. I can get to work, etc., etc., etc. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to manage to keep things going because I don't want to be one of those people out there walking around with a backpack sleeping in my car, and now my car all smells like fucking body, you know, BO and shit. You know, I don't want to get to that point. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to manage and keep well disciplined with it. So anyways, I also went down to let's see here. I went down to the city council was what's going on here? There should be nothing wrong. Oh, here we go. What? What's going on here? I'm the administrator, yes. Yes. What the hell? Okay, this is going to take forever. I'm trying to set this damn thing up where I can actually see your guys' comments so I can respond to everybody, because sometimes my camera here does not. It flashes up the comment and then it fades. And if I can't, I don't want to have to sit here and stare at my damn screen the whole time just waiting for a comment. I want to be able to look down and see it. But that's not happening right now. So, yeah. Hi. Okay, but anyways, so I actually got put, if you go over to my YouTube channel, you'll see on my communities tab, I got put in the newspaper again. Technically it's not really a newspaper, it's a blog. And so this blog, it's more like a
Hello, Moto.
I have to decline now. I'm getting phone calls on my phone. Just watch. They're gonna try calling back. Okay. Let me see here. Chrome. Fire up Chrome. Okay, well, my live stream is popping up. Let's go get some steel. Wow, this is what's showing up in my chats right now. October awesomeness. T-Man's Go Karts 100th video. I remember that. Oh, yeah. That video took forever to put together because I had a real gimpy ass computer. Okay, well, now where was I? Let's see. Okay. Well, so a few weeks ago, up until about June 1st, I actually had a place where I can actually park all my stuff. That was working out great. It was absolutely awesome place to stay. It was just awesome. However, it would have been hot if I would have stayed there. But where I was at was a place that was in contract to be sold, and they decided to boot me out of there, tell me to leave because they're going to come in and demo the place. Okay, so I think I've mentioned that on the last live stream that I did. Well, so after that, I moved down to the shelter around the corner, and because I have so much stuff, because I got 2 vehicles and two trailers, I got 4 things. I took up like half of the city block. Okay, so So they came in, the city came in, and now at that time there was also a whole bunch of other people outside uh, in this camped out area. Okay. And so there's about 60 people camping in this one small little area right outside the shelter. Well, the city came in and gave everybody citations, not really citations, but notices to move. Well, nobody had anywhere to go except to this park that's about a half a block away. Now, this park is it's just a plot of land. It's like maybe 1/4 of an acre, if that, okay. So it's not very big. It's just a small little spot where people can just lay down in the grass and, space out and smoke weed and get all dumb and shit. So, anyway, so the city came in and told everybody in the whole area around the shelter that we're coming in and we need you guys in the tents to move. You people in your cars that are staying in your cars, you guys need to move your cars out of the way, et cetera, et cetera. So what happened is they came in and they told me that, totally, you got all this shit. Well, you need to get out of here. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just move back up behind the red line where I was at 2 years ago, because, that was a nice, decent place where I'm at right now. So I moved because they were going to come by with the street cleaners and clean the streets. But they haven't been able to do that for like a year or two because there's always cars and people parked or putting their tents in the street, and where you park your cars. Okay. So the area is always occupied at some point. Okay. So they come in and I moved all my stuff out of there, and they came in and did absolutely nothing to where I was at. They didn't come in and clean the street. But what they did do is they came in and they kicked all the people in those tents out. They kicked them all out of that area. So now everybody's like trying to figure out where to go. So a lot of those people went over to that park. So then about a week and a half later, maybe 2 weeks later, the city came in and wiped out the park. So they're like, they keep pushing and migrating people all over the place, and they never tell anybody where you can go. They never say where you can go. Okay, go over here, go over to that area right there, because that area is not city, it's actually county property, and we really don't give a shit about that. So just move over there. They never tell you that kind of stuff. They never tell you where you can go. They just tell you where you're not supposed to be. And so a lot of people are getting really fucking pissed off. And there was I don't know how many claims of hardship that were placed against the city because they're doing this shit. And it's just not just the homeless people putting these complaints in. It's actually advocates for the homeless, actual advocates, people who are pissed off, people who live in houses who are mad that the homeless are being treated the way they are. Okay. Now I'm talking about them. I'm not talking about me. I'm different. I'm different than everything you've ever seen out here. Okay. So I do not apply to a lot of this stuff because I'm resourceful and I work and I'm building my life up. So I don't sit on my ass and get all stupid and waste my life away and, use drugs on a consistent basis. I'm not like that. So everything I'm talking about does not apply to me. Okay. So anyways, so the city comes in and they now got all these complaints to all these people. That's a big problem for the homeless and have places to go. Right. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So a lot of us, especially up here in Montana, people are very political here. I mean, the last county meeting that they had, the last, I smoke weed. So what? Right. Yeah. See, up here, it's like it's illegal here. We actually got head shops all over the place. It's like there's like one every like 4 blocks or something like that. You can go in, you can buy like weed and all sorts of stuff. Edibles and man. It's like I don't use this stuff because it shuts me down. I get it. I can't get high. If I get high, then my whole life just falls the fuck apart. And it all happens within like 30 seconds. Okay. So I can't even get up and go pee. Okay. I know it is a big money thing. I know. So I'm not somebody who goes out and gets high, and I don't look forward to it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. So I just stay away from it. Okay. I'm not talking about, what I'm talking about is people getting high. I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about meth. I'm talking about clear. Up here, it's called clear. And then you also got blues, which is fentanyl. Now it's a big thing up here, and it's all over this whole this section of the United States. Fentanyl, blues. They're like little blue pills, and they've got an M on one side and a 30 on the other. And around here, we call them blues. So, anyways, there's people that I know that do nothing all day but smoke that stuff, and that's it. They sit down, they wake up, and they got a little piece of chunk of tinfoil, and they start cooking it underneath. They put the pill on there, and the pill starts to melt, and the fumes that come off, and they just breathe it in, or they suck it in with a straw. And that's all they do all day long. That's it. Hey, Eric, what's up? Oh, wait, epic. Oh, so epic reviews. Right on, man. So don't forget to thumbs up the video, guys, and also comment too. If you can share it or whatever, that'd be great. Because I'm starting to pick up my pace now with this. It's already been 40 minutes. The first 35 minutes of this video was just me trying to hook my shit up, and I failed miserably. So, anyway, so, they have, so the city comes in and starts wiping people out, and they're getting all these claims and stuff put against them. And look at these fancy things. You guys might know what these things are. What is it? Well, this is a Leatherman Raptor. These are surgical or EMS scissors. These bad boys are monsters. These things cut through real thin, like roofing tin. And these things are also just really sharp, durable. A lot of EMS guys carry these things. Somebody who used to be an EMS guy had these sitting aside, and he asked me if I wanted them, if I could use them, because a lot of people around here know that I'm the guy who's got the tools. You know, if you need your bike fixed or whatever, they always bring their bikes up to me to try to fix them, and I'm just like, of course, at the same time, I've also lost a lot of tools that way, which sucks. But yeah, these are really cool. These things they're called the, I don't know if you guys can see the brand. And I don't think you can. Anyways, they're Leatherman Raptor EMS scissors. Now they fold up like that, and they also have a small little area right here where my finger is at that will cut wire. You can see the hook right there. Okay, that right there will cut wire. And then on this side right here, this is like a seatbelt cutter. And then it's got a little point. It's got a little point right there, which is apparently a glass window breaker. You know, what a fucking thing to come up with. Remember back in the day, like in the 70s and 80s, who would carry around a tool specifically to break a window? Just grab a goddamn rock. You know, I'm going to spend $40 and buy something that I can break a window with. Well, you know what? I'm going to reach down and pick up this boulder. It's kind of like the guy who came up with the rock. You know what I'm saying? The pet rock. The pet rock. I'm just going to make a pointless fucking product and see how many people buy it. And we're going to make up something that's going to make it seem believable. And when people believe it, they'll buy it. And we got this little tool right here. So just in case you ever need to break your window in your car, you'll have it. Who wants to break the window in their car? I'll bend the shit out of that door frame if I lock my keys before I even break the damn window. Oh, man. Oh, and another thing is, you guys can tell, see how blonde my hair is getting? Yeah, it's getting really long. I'm actually starting to get some type of like pretty boy natural color here. working out in the sun, and my hair's getting all blonde and everything like that. Some of the girls around here call me, God, what do they call me? Street Ken, like Barbie and Ken. Yeah, I'm Street Ken because I'm live on the streets, and I'm a pretty boy because I look pretty and I'm good looking apparently. But if I was really that good looking, I wouldn't. You'd see somebody next to me, right? Right? There have been plenty of girls I've brought on to my live streams, and they're sitting next to me, and they are the ones that I had hoped for something, but none of that ever happened. But anyways, as I was talking about the city council and the city ordinances are, OP Karts, what's going on? What's up, bro? OPPY Karts. Yeah, I think that's what that said. Yeah, see, here we are again. For some reason, these comments are not showing up on this damn. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I wonder if there's something in my account where my comments are turned off or some shit. See, I'm sitting here on my Lenovo tablet, and you see there's no comments right here off to the side. Nothing. I can't scroll up. I can't scroll down. Stupid. Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of channels. There's a lot of channels now coming out with Go Karts. Have you guys been noticing that? So epic. Don't forget to breathe, Blondie. What's up, bro? So epic said hi. Just built an old school Tecumseh HM100, 10 horsepower, flathead. Ooh. Yeah, I was going through YouTube last night and I saw Jimmy DiResta. He built a little go-kart. Haven't been keeping up for the last year or two. What city are you in? Still got the old truck? Yeah, Ryan, I still have the old truck. The city I'm in right now is Missoula. I've been in Missoula for like since 2000. I've had to get rid of the Batmobile. I've had to destroy that. I've had to destroy the full screen machine. I've had to, just I went back out to the house to visit the missus and grab some stuff that was in the garage, and the whole garage has been cleaned out. All my tools, all the engines, brand new tires, all that stuff for go-kart builds, all that shit is gone. All that stuff is gone. My entire channel, all those years, all those tools that I acquired throughout all those years to do production on YouTube, they're all gone. It's all gone. The whole garage is wiped out. The only things that are left are my welder and my drill press. Other than that, everything else is just fucking wiped out. She's telling me that her brother and one of her friends came in and they decided to take everything out of the garage. I'm like, how in the hell can this shit be taken out of the garage? It would take days to take all this stuff out of the garage. And what, were you just not around to see it happen? It just happened? Yeah, Ryan, it was harsh, horrible. I mean, looking at everything I had worked for like 15 years, just completely destroyed. I had a little ammo can in the garage, and in that ammo can were pictures of me and my friends when we were like 16, 17 years old at some party. It was fun. It was cool. And I had those in there because I would look at those every once in a while, reflect back into that life and reflect back to those good times and stuff. That shit's gone. They threw all that out. That's fucking living. Those are memories that I have of my life completely fucking gone now, and I can never look back on them again. This is the kind of bullshit that this obviously the state thinks is okay. Obviously she thinks is okay. It's like, man, I hope, man, I hope God goes in and just wipes out every fucking buddy and just destroys everybody who fucking did this to me. I'm so sorry to hear that, bro. Tools are all the stuff and expensive. And that's the hard part of every start building stuff and getting all the tools required. Cops helped my ex take a lot of my stuff. I got told to just deal with it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these fucking people, do these people not understand that there's a karmic debt that you incur in this world when you wipe out somebody's existence? When you take somebody's stuff and you throw it away because you think it's junk, but it could be something that they carried with them for like 20 years and you just throw it away. Do you not fucking think God is going to bitch slap your ass? Do you not think that? Do you not realize how fucking horrible that is? Now you've destroyed that person's existence. You've destroyed a part of their life. If you don't want to fucking deal with their shit, then you pack it up in boxes and tuck it away out of the way where it's not going to fucking interfere with anything, and then let them come back and get it. Don't be a bitch. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, no, you can't come back and get your shit just to be a bitch, because God isn't going to fucking like that shit either. You know, he's going to fucking hurt you. He's going to make you get fucking, you're going to get, your health is going to drop down, your brain, you're going to lose your eyes, your teeth are going to be falling out. All sorts of fucking bad health shit happens to you when you turn out to be a piece of shit person like that. This message is held for review. What? Yeah, let's show it. Show, come on. Oh, another moderator is handling it. Okay. Okay. Welcome to live chat. Okay. The current state of the world right now is so, God damn it, oh my God. What is with this fucking chat? Stay on all the time. Stupid shit. Shows top chats, live chat. All messages are visible. Okay, we'll keep them visible then. Okay, got pretty soon. It's got to come down and wash this all out again soon. Earl's life. Hey, Earl. God, pretty soon it's going to come down and wash this all out again. Sorry about that guy is going to wipe us all out again. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. Oh, I'm talking about a karmic debt when people don't live honorably. That's what I'm talking about. People who don't live honorably. When they consider other people just to be a burden, and they just want to wash them away and just get them away. You know, like your ex-girlfriend that you lived with. You know, like in my situation, I helped her out for like fucking 18 years, get a decent life and fucking have her own life, you know, start a decent life with dignity, where she's got a husband and 2 kids and a home, you know, and then she turns around and all this shit happens between me and her in one fucking day, and she just destroys everything, kicks me out of the house, destroys the kids' lives, you know, fucking allows them to get fat and sit in front of a computer for the rest of their lives. You know, just gets animals that destroy the fucking house and then get rid of all my shit. And, you know, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you think you're possibly achieving? You know, nobody's going to honor or respect a woman who thinks that she can fucking take it all on her own. You're just not respected, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you think you can handle everything on your own, and most of these women will try and fail miserably and destroy their fucking children's lives, destroy their animals' lives, fuck up all sorts of shit, and they will never admit, fuck, I was so goddamn wrong. I couldn't handle it all on my own. I should have got myself a man who was going to help me. And that never happens. They don't want to fucking be wrong. It's like people out there who think that Christianity is the only best religion out there. Well, what's going to happen when you come to find out that you're fucking wrong? It means generations before you were wrong. You know, it's shit that people don't want to believe, that you're just fucking wrong. You're just wrong. You know, I mean, or Muslims or fucking Buddhas or whatever religion, whatever big facet of belief system that controls your goddamn paradigm, you come to fucking realize it's fake, it's wrong, it was never a believable thing, you know. So yeah. Anyways, as I was getting into, because now you guys got me on a rant here. So the city came in and they wiped out the camp at the Lions Club. Okay, so the city came in and they wiped that out. Now that also created a whole bunch of other complaints. All right, so last week there was a meeting at city council, the city council meeting, and there were a few homeless people who went there and were kind of bitching about what was going on. All right, this is all sorts of dumb. We don't like it. We don't like having to move around everything. And then during the first wave of first sweep, which was over there at the POV, I got approached by a city council member, and we started chit-chatting and talking and stuff like that. Then they did the second, and I gave him some pointers and stuff like that, but you know, who am I? I'm a fucking homeless guy out here anyways too. So I mean, I don't know if they really want to, you know, I didn't consider what I had to say to be worth a shit, but apparently he did. So the second sweep came by and hit Lions Park and wiped out all those homeless people. So now they have and when I went out there and that same council member was out there and I chit-chatted with him again. Well, then last Wednesday, was it last Wednesday? Wait. Thursday. No, it was last Tuesday. I get this. No, fuck. It was longer ago than that. It was last Friday. I mean, like a week ago from a few days ago. You know, it was like a long time ago, a whole week ago. I was talking with, I get this call. I get this text on my phone. And it's from this lady who works for the Montana Free Press. Now, I've already been in the newspaper a few times of the Missoulian about stuff that I've done. I built a big building out there at ACS, and I've been put in the newspaper for other things and all that other kind of stuff too. You know, when I built the Batmobile and when I did that shit, you know, I got put in the Cayman. I got put in the, you know, there's a whole bunch of shit. I'm not afraid to be out in the public, you know. So, anyways, this lady, we set it up where we did a phone interview on Monday. So she calls me up on Monday and we sit there and we chit chat for like 2 hours. She's asking me these questions about what's happening with the mentality out there, what's wrong with people, how are they feeling towards these sweeps, you know. And I'm telling her, I'm like, man, these people are getting burnt out. This shit is just straight out disrespectful to them because they take time to set up their tents, get comfortable, and then within a week or two they're getting fucking wiped out again. They're getting forced to move, and it's just burning the shit out of everybody. And on top of that, now that they really don't even want to be contributing members to society. They don't want to go out and get jobs. They don't want to go out here and be happy go free people because they got out of homelessness. They're looking at they're on the bottom end of this totem pole. And these motherfucking city council people, along with just regular generalized people out there, are consistently pushing these homeless people away, which is ultimately going to make them vindictive, spiteful. They don't want to help you. There's an accident right in front of us, and it's like, all right, well, fuck you, you know. We're not going to come out and save you because we know that you're part of that group of people who just want us to get the fuck out of everywhere. We don't want to contribute to anything because you guys see us as a burden, and you also see us as a problem. So why in the hell would we want to come in and help you out at all with anything? Now, that's for those people. I'm talking about those people, not me, because I'm different. I'm a weirdo. So that's the mentality of those people out there. They're just losing hope. They don't want to contribute anymore. They don't want to, you know, They don't want to go out there and save babies. They don't want to go out there and help people. They're sick of it. They're sick of being treated like shit. So they don't want to come out and start contributing anything to society whatsoever, because they see how they're being treated by these people that they're supposed to now join up with and become part of that community. They don't want to do that. So I expressed a lot of different things to this lady on the Montana for the Montana Free Press. Well, then she turns around and she puts it out in the paper, and that's also on my community line on my channel. So if you go to my channel, Team Men's Go Karts, you go to that channel and you type in, or you go to my community tab on my channel, you click on that and it'll take you to a link. It's my most recent post that shows the link to the Montana Free Press website. It should take you directly to the story. You know, the URL should do that. So over the past month and a half, because of these sweeps and the people that I've talked to, this council member is actually trying to he's asked me, not blatantly, but he's implied it, that they're looking for somebody who's an advocate for the homeless out here, and somebody who can present the problems in a justified manner to city council. They need a representative from the homeless community. And they've said that a few times to me. I've asked other people and they haven't said anything to other people. But you see, I really don't know if I even want to do that kind of shit, because out of considering all the shit that's been stolen from me, you know, the scrutiny that I've gotten from just staff and stuff like that at the Poverello. I've got this fucking affidavit because the second year I was out here, I had all my speakers and stuff, and I would be charging them, and I'd take them down to the Poverello and I'd plug them into the wall and have them charge overnight, so that way I would have music for the next day, or I'd have my chargers, or like these kind of battery chargers. All right, these things that you can buy for your phone, you know, and it's gotten to the point to where, you know, they came up and they made me sign this affidavit, this fucking 2-party affidavit, that they told me that I could not. They didn't want me charging my stuff in their facility anymore. They didn't want me charging my shit in anymore. So I'm like, where the hell am I going to charge it at? Walmart? I'm going to go out there and sit at Walmart, sit outside of Walmart for fucking 8 hours during the day waiting for my shit to charge up, when you guys absolutely have the resources right here for me to plug it in the wall and I can walk out the fucking door and know nothing's going to happen to it. But you guys don't want to take on responsibility because you're just too pussy to tell people to stay away from other people's stuff. And then you're going to turn around and now we can't charge our stuff there. And you're making me sign this fucking paperwork that I'm going to agree not to allow. I won't bring in my fucking speakers. I won't bring in my chargers and charge them anymore. I've still got that fucking paperwork. So that kind of shit. And I've been booted out. I've been kicked out of the warming center because I've had too much stuff in there. I've had clean clothes, dirty clothes. I've had electronics in there, computer stuff in there so I can do live stream, so I can keep up to date with fucking shit. My, tools, all that kind of stuff. And they turn around, they penalize me. I'm not talking about this year. This didn't happen this year. I'm talking about last year and the first year. The first and second year, these motherfucking people would not leave me alone. And then and then more shit happens to me out at ACS when I build up that fucking building. I'm out there building tables and shit for people, and it's like, I don't want to be an advocate. I don't want to be an advocate for the homeless. Fuck that, because I've been wronged by so many different people. Plus, on top of that, when I find somebody that I'm interested in, which is really fucking hard to do, when you find somebody that you're interested in, one of these girls out here that's in this community, they automatically put you in the fucking friend zone. No matter how fucking goddamn lonely you are. So it's become a massive problem for me. I mean, I'm mad about it. I don't want to fucking save anybody. I don't want to fucking come to range for anybody. I don't want to be filing any affidavits, any fucking motions or court things or anything for anybody. Because I'm not fucking happy. Maybe if I was happier, then yeah, maybe I'd take the reins. Maybe I'd be somebody's hero, but fuck that. I used to be like that. But now, fuck, I get out of my car and I walk down the street, and within fucking 15, 20 minutes, I got 4 people who are asking me for a goddamn cigarette because their bitch asses can't get a job or want to work. So it's just much easier to go off and ask somebody else for a cigarette. Well, I can support my own habit, but they can't support theirs. So they got to come up to the people who actually have talent and actually can sustain their own shit. See, this is the kind of stuff that's really making me fucking salty. Can I get you set up? What? Gregory, can I get you set up? What do you mean, can you get me set up? Yeah, you can help me out, Gregory, if you want to. My PayPal link is down in the description. I also got Cash App. I finally got my damn Cash App working. Oh, the city just wants to drive them off the cliff, just saying, yeah. Well, the thing is that, you know, if the city makes money off of the homeless, they really do. They just don't want people to know that they can. They just don't want to do it. Yeah, they want an advocate for people that they don't listen to anyways. Right, and that's also another thing why I think they're trying to push me into it, because when I talk to them, I don't talk emotional. I don't say like, well, I feel that, you know, and these people need to be taken. We need water. We need someplace safe. You know, I don't talk like that when I talk to these council members and stuff like that. I don't talk like a fucking child. I don't sit there and say, oh, what we need is a foundation. We can come up with our own goddamn water. We can come up with our own fucking food. Last year at the shelter, we had maybe 160 people at any, well, no, we had 115 to 20, let's say 120. We had 120 consistent people staying there on a regular basis. When it got really cold, it jumped up to like 185. When it got really warm, then it dropped down to maybe 80. Okay, so we're just going to throw in there the average of 120 people at any given time. So now you got 120 people. Over half of those people, 60, let's say 60 people, have food stamp cards. You could walk up to those people, and if they actually conducted their shit correctly, you could walk up there. Most of these people get $400 or $500 a month for their cards. So you could give them a shopping list to spend $75, and you got 60 fucking people out there going out there and buying $60, $75 worth of food. Shit, that could feed everybody in that entire fucking building probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that doesn't count the money they have left over on their card to go out and get their own shit. Maybe they want to eat their own food and buy their own food and not use the $75 food that's contributed back to the shelter, so everybody else can eat collectively. You know what I'm saying? So technically, if you get a bunch of the homeless people together who already have their own resources, they can fucking sustain their own goddamn ass. They're not gimps. They're not pieces of shit people. You know, they just got to stay focused on what they're doing, because if they don't stay focused, they're all flighty and shit, and they don't know what the hell they're doing, and they lose their blankets and their clothes, and they just don't know what the hell's going on. You know, they just need to learn to stay focused. And, you know, you don't need water. Okay, water you might be in need. The only 2 things that the only 3 things that all of us would really need: land, someplace where we can pop a squat and stay, water, clean water, and waste removal, an outhouse. That's all we ever really need to do, because you need to make sure you have an outhouse or garbage removal. Okay, you need to make sure you have garbage removal, because if not, some of these people are so fucking lazy they can't even take garbage, throw garbage away in a dumpster that's half a block away. All right, so then you've got waste disposal, which is like pissing and shit. You got to get rid of that. Okay, you can't just let that out, because then the more of that sitting around, the more it attracts flies, and it attracts disease, and then they just get icky, and their skin gets icky, and they breathe ickiness, and they get fucking sick. You know, it's a no-brainer. You know, the human body is a biological unit that needs to have intake of good stuff and an outtake of bad stuff, and that bad stuff needs to be away, fucking far away. It's very basic. It's very basic shit. It's not like a fucking scientific fucking phenomenon, you know? So, but, you know, the city is making it out to be such a difficult goddamn thing to do. So many of these people are like, oh, well, we just need funding for this. We just need funding for that. Bull fucking shit, you need funding. You don't need that. You don't need that kind of fun. All you need to do, you already got the goddamn property. The property, I mean, you go out and you say, okay, here's a fucking little triangle of nothing. There's nothing there. It's not used for anything, but it's classified as city property. We are gonna go to that fucking triangle. And when we get there, we're gonna set up 5 tents. Each tent is gonna have the equivalent of maybe 3 people staying in each tent. Maybe 2, maybe a couple. Okay, just a couple. A guy and a girl, all right? Or maybe 2 guys, or maybe 2 girls, whatever. It's a couple. All right, that's the only amount of people that can allocate it to be in those areas. Not anymore. Now that you got 5 people all there, you put up a porta potty because you got to have waste disposal. If not, because these people are too, they'll go shit. They'll go shit somewhere. Gregory, $1,000 a week. I heard that somewhere doesn't remember. I heard that somewhere, don't remember, but yeah, that'd be cool. Amish pay drivers well. Indiana. Where are you, Gregory? Yeah, Gregory's in Indiana. Yeah. Are you in? Yeah, you are in Indiana. Why do I always forget where the hell you're at? I don't know why. Amish pay about $1,000 a week. Yeah, roughly. Yeah. See, that's because the Amish all do private contracting. They don't like working in the public, and getting a license is a public contract with the Department of Motor Vehicles. And the Amish don't like public contracts. They like private contracts. That's why none of them have a license to drive a car. Yep. That's the kind of stuff I study. But anyways, so now it's getting to the point to where, you know, I'm not very happy. I mean, there's just so much disrespect. I mean, I've been working for the same guy for 3 years now, and he still pays me $10 an hour. He thinks that the $10 an hour he gives me is a benefit to my life, which will ultimately get me out of homelessness. What kind of boss out there thinks that? See, if you know anything, you know, being a boss or being an employee. If you're a boss, this is what you got to do. You got to pay hourly wage. You got to pay unemployment. You got to pay taxes on their amounts. So you have to pay taxes on your employee. And on top of that, so what you are going to do as the boss, you might pay this person $10 an hour, but you're going to charge $35 an hour off to the customer. But you're paying that person only $10. So you're making almost $25 all in addition to labor. But those costs are justified because you have to pay unemployment, which the employee doesn't have to deal with. You pay unemployment and you pay on taxes for that employee, and that doesn't even count insurance. Now you got to pay insurance. So when you're pulling in $25 extra off of the wages of that employee, that's kind of justified. But if you are hiring somebody under the motherfucking table and you're paying them $10 an hour while you're still charging the customer $35 an hour, then you're taking that $25 an hour, that $25 extra you're making, and you're putting it in your pocket. And that shit is unjust enrichment. That's fucking bullshit. If you're hiring somebody under the table privately, you can pay them fucking $30-$40 an hour and still put some money in your pocket. So when I see all these bosses out there too damn afraid, or we don't want to, you know, it's if you come to work with us under the table, sure, but you know, this is how much you're gonna get because we're taking a risk. No, you fucking ain't taking a goddamn risk. There's nothing wrong with paying somebody under the table. If you set your affairs up where it doesn't create any taxable liability, then you're not fucking liable for shit. But so many of these bosses out here are too fucking afraid to do that. Or they don't even know how to do it. And it's not really all that damn hard. And if you want to be able to hire somebody under the table and give them more money, then you simply tell them, go down and get a business license and I'll make you a subcontractor. How hard is that shit to do? It really isn't. You know, okay, well, you want to come and work for me under the table. Well, you really can't work for me under the table because these guys across the street work for the IRS. And so they come over every once in a while and check my book. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to go down to the city. I need you to go down to the bank and set up a business account. And then you're going to set up, you're going to call up the IRS. You're going to tell them you're going to get an EIN number, an employer identification number. Then once you get that set up, they'll do it right over the phone for you. When you chit chat with the lady from India, you sit there and say, hey, yeah, I need an employer identification. Okay. How many employees are you going to have? Well, I don't have any right now, but by August, I'm probably going to have about 3. So I kind of need an employer identification number. Okie dokie, here is one. Oh, blah, 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 and they'll give it to you. You write it down on a fucking, napkin. And then eventually they'll send you off the fucking number in your address to your address. But you've got the number right there on a napkin. So now you have an employer identification number. You're a private individual. You're your own business. Now you can go to that boss and say, hey, boss, yeah, this is what I need. I want you to pay me $20 an hour. I'm going to execute I'll execute 32 hours a week on labor. You're going to pay me $32. You're going to pay me $20 per hour for 32 hours worth of work. If that goes over, then you'll pay me the extra. If it goes under, then you'll pay me what the equivalent of is. If I work only 18, you're going to pay me for 18. You make up that simple little agreement, which is no goddamn big deal. And then at the end of the week, he now pays you based upon your hours, which means you are doing no different as being an employee, as being your own subcontractor. The only difference is your status. That's it. Your fucking status. That's the only damn thing that's different. It's just you have to handle all your own taxes at the end of the year. But so what? So fucking what? That's no big deal. You can take 30% out of the wages that you make out of that $20. Put that shit aside and forget about it. At the end of the year, you got to file taxes. Okay, well, I owe $4,000. All right. Oh, wait, here's $4,000 of the 30% that I took out of each one of my checks and throw it in there and then send it off to the IRS. There you go, guys. It's not really that fucking difficult, but people think that this is just so fucking unachievable. Especially bosses well, I can't hire, I'm not gonna work. I'm not throwing my social security number into your system or anybody's system. That's my private trust. Nobody's gonna fuck with it. You're not gonna utilize that number to tax me. I will handle my own taxes. And it's that's something that's another thing that really pisses me off about how, when I go out and I try to find a job or I'm trying to do something for myself. There's been a lot of times people have hired me to go out and do, change a faucet, put in a sink. All right, that stuff's pretty damn simple. And there's times when, especially like when we go and do jobs, my boss will turn around and say, "Well, can you handle that? Can you handle putting in this shower head?" And I'm just like, "You motherfucker, you know the shit I can do. There's no reason you should question me on anything." You don't fill in that decking right there because there's a lot of 45-degree angles right there, and I don't think you can do angles very well. Motherfucker, you did not see the Batmobile? That's complex angles right there. That ain't no shit. Oh my God. And, it's like, yeah, it's just sometimes it can be kind of insulting, but my hourly wage is way more insulting. And somehow I'm supposed to work, even if I was working 10 hours a fucking day at $10 an hour, getting $100 a day, I'd be so fucking exhausted. I'd probably be work 4 or 5 days a week, if that, and and I ultimately shut down because just living like this is not easy. If you're out on the job and it starts to rain, you start getting wet out there on the job, guess what? You don't get to fucking go home and take your clothes off and change your clothes. You got to sit in that fucking wet shit until you can go down to the laundromat and dry it. You know, you don't get to change your clothes, especially if you don't have any clean clothes. You know, if all your clean clothes are dirty, you know, and you can't get down and you haven't gotten down to the laundromat, so your whole life is spread out throughout the entire damn county. Your whole life, you know, it's such a burden living like this, and you blow so much fucking money. You just waste so much fucking money. Everywhere you go, you got to drive because you can't walk. It takes too damn long. You could take the bus, but then when you get out of doing whatever you're doing, you got to sit around and wait for the bus to come around again, and that's not convenient. Yeah, I'd send you guys my Cash app, but for some reason, it's not. My damn fucking text isn't working. But anyways, it's $. If you guys do Cash app, it's $, with a capital T, and then it's Man's Go Karts. So it's the $, a capital T, and then T Man's Go Karts. That's if you guys want to help me out. You know. But I go out and I try to do other jobs. I talked to a guy the other day, down here at the shelter, and he said that they have a place where he goes to. Just logged into the account that I forgot I had. Used to watch your videos many years ago. What happened? Zazzy. Okay. What happens, Zazzy, is people are always asking me this. It's like nobody keeps up on this stuff. But what happens, Zazzy, is that everything, my whole life just fell apart because me and the missus got into a fight. We got into one fight, the only big fight we ever got into in 17, 18 years. She called the cops and kicked me out of the house, and I haven't gone back since. And she has been turning around and getting rid of all my shit and allowing people to come to the house and take my stuff out of there. She never pays attention to what the fuck goes on outside of the house. I mean, people could literally, I know this has happened. People have, when her brother was there, because he's gone too, he went to fucking federal prison because he was like dealing, and he absconded from fucking all sorts of shit, and he was using drugs and having fucking meth parties out there at my house. The exact shit I didn't want my kids to be exposed to. So Allie and Cody, I don't know what the fuck they look like now. I mean, I don't know if Crystal's a meth head and she's attracted, she's on meth or what. I don't know, because I know she had the spark of wanting it. So, you know, wanting to try it. So I'm sure she's probably done it and she likes it just like all women do. Can't fucking control it because there's not a man in the house to say, hey, what the fuck are you doing? You need to straighten your goddamn ass up. Plus the kids are probably doing absolutely nothing. They haven't gone to school for fucking 6 years now. You know, Allie and Cody's lives are completely destroyed. And the state, you know, the kids don't want me coming back home because I was a cop. I would catch them not doing their homework because we homeschooled them, and they'd be online playing around gaming, like with Gary's Mod and all that shit. They'd be online gaming, and I'd catch them, you know, and get mad at them and fucking get your work done, and then you can go back to doing your shit, doing your games. And that's a lot. It's just a whole bunch of shit that just piled up. It's just a whole bunch of shit that just piled up. Don't do this because the children will turn into this, and I don't want to see our children being that way. It's okay. There's nothing fucking wrong. Yeah. So Allie and Cody, they didn't want me back coming home because I was the enforcer. I was always catching them all the bad shit that they were doing. So they don't want me coming back home. And then Crystal backs them up, and then the state backs her up. So everybody, the state, all three levels are like, don't let him come back home. But they don't know why, especially the state. The state doesn't know why. Nobody knows why, because I was the one that brought quality to the home. If I were to, there's no way I could take my phone out there and record what the house looks like now. You guys, it's in shambles. the fucking house is in shambles. And this is all on her watch. Being an independent woman, she can deal with it. I don't need a man. Oh yeah, look at your fucking life. Look at the children. I mean, before we got into our big fight, and this is one of the things that led to our big fight. My 13-year-old boy weighed more than me. Allie at the time was 16. She was getting varicose veins on the back of her legs. Now, for those of you guys out there who don't know what I'm saying is that my children were getting uncontrollably motherfucking fat and unhealthy. And that's wrong. As a parent, that's the fucking wrong shit for you to do to your children, or to think that it's fucking okay for your children to turn into that. And I was trying to pull them away from the computers. Get outside, help me out. I'll teach you guys how to read a tape measure. We'll get out there. We'll build some really cool fucking machines. You guys will start being active. Everybody out there in your school and everything, everybody's going to be like, they're going to think you guys are fucking cool and awesome because you guys got a fucking Batmobile sitting out in front of your house. Your dad's big on YouTube. Your dad's famous. You guys can ride your dad's coattails to being famous and starting your own shit. You know, I'll get my YouTube channel set up to the point to where I can start teaching you guys how to market on live platforms, how to market on social media. I will teach you that, so that way when you turn 18, you can walk out of this fucking house and already have a goddamn career. You don't have to go to college because you've already got experience and shit. But instead, mom is like, oh no. See, I think one of the biggest things that Crystal had was that Crystal was really kind of jealous that I was really successful with everything that I did. She just didn't like the idea that I could set my mind to something and achieve it and be successful with it. That really pissed her off. It's taken me years to figure out why in the hell, what is it that was so, because I see it down here, you know. I mean, I've talked to girls down here, you know. I'm like, what is it about me that you want me to be in the friend zone? Why do you want to be friends with me? Why would you not want this kind of quality in your life? A guy who sees you as being a priority and wants to come into your life and benefit your life. But now you're sitting there, turning around, you want to keep me in the friend zone. Why is that? That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Why would you not want that? You know? Well, anyways. See, when, you know, I was, and Crystal is not gonna, she's not gonna admit to it. She's not gonna admit that she was wrong and she's sorry and fucking, she's not gonna do that because apparently someplace in her fucking mind, she's got honor and respect, and people should respect her because she's an independent woman. The fuck you are. You're not independent at all. You got to turn to a fucking state to ask for food stamps because you can't fucking pull in enough money for yourself. You got to turn to the goddamn housing authority to help pay for your fucking rent. You ain't doing shit alone. You ain't independent fucking at all. Don't sit there and act like you're somebody fucking important. I mean, that would be like me turning around. That would be like me bitching about the government, but yet I'm getting food stamps and I'm getting medical and I'm getting housing assistance. You know, you understand how stupid that is? You don't, you know, and of course I don't do that. I don't get public assistance. I don't want to because it fucks with my dignity. Okay? It's called dignity. It's called pride. It's called pride. I'm not going to accept those services because I know that I've got the talent to achieve it on my own. I don't need to ask anybody to take care of me because I'm too fucking incompetent to handle my own affairs. I'm not. Yeah, that's right, Gregory. Yeah, I'm 4 years. I'd rock it. Well, yeah, but you see, you guys, I've got my truck. No, I have been building my life up. I've got my pickup. I still have my Ford Ranger. I have a Oldsmobile 91 custom cruiser. You can look that up on Google. A 91 Oldsmobile custom cruiser. I've got that car too. And I've got this trailer. This is the trailer I built on my YouTube channel. Okay, that hauled the Batmobile and all the builds and stuff like that. That's this trailer that I'm sitting in right now. I've just built up walls on it and put a roof on it and all that kind of stuff. I made it my bedroom. And on top of that, down the street, I have a pop-up camper trailer, a little scamp, or not scamp, but it's a little pop-up trailer that's got the slide-out beds. Okay, I've got one of those, and it's a small one, really super small, but that one is only for storage, for like winter clothes. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got winter clothes, you got summer clothes, you got tools, you've got overalls, you've got work boots, you've got, you know what I'm saying? You have to have that shit so that way you can be reliable later. That's how that works. Reliability. And the neat thing is there's a lot of people out there who respect the shit out of you when you're homeless and you can still achieve the same shit that everybody else can do who has a 4-bedroom house. Yeah, nothing wrong with needing help. It's what you do with that help that matters. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. But I ultimately, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, I mean, but, you know, that's what that help is for. That help, you know, especially like if I say food stamps or housing and stuff like that. But if you guys have ever looked at that kind of system, especially housing, they'll come in and they'll pay all sorts of shit for you. But when you get a job that is going to help you excel in life and you can actually make some money and start putting money aside for investments, say you want to buy a bigger house, say you want to buy some property, let's say you want to let's say you want to start a farm or you want to start something out there because you're making enough money now because part of your housing is taken care of by housing. But you now are making enough money to the point where you can actually start investing. All right, because investing is your future. That's what investing is. Then when you start making that money, then you come around to your quarterly annual paperwork that you have to fill out for housing or every 6 months, whatever it is. And then they see that how much money you're making, they wipe out. They take away all the assistance, but then that takes your level and drops you literally damn near even. So you're not getting anywhere by thinking that you're going to get help assistance from housing department. I mean, of course, everybody's situation is different, but it ultimately all comes down to, sure, we'll take care of you, but the moment you start thinking that you're going to graduate and you're going to turn 18 and you're going to go someplace else, bullshit. Now we're going to take away all of the assistance we had and you have to stay put right where you're at because you can't afford to go anywhere else. And then ultimately within the next year or two, you're going to be coming back and knocking on our fucking door again and asking us for help. That's how they ensnare people into housing. So when you hear all these people out there bitching, especially these rednecks out there bitching about how all these people are on welfare, this system is set up to keep you fucking on it. But if you're like me and you never get on it, then they don't have their fucking claws in you. Then they don't have their claws in you and you can walk away and stick your finger in the air and say, fuck you. I'm not part of your system. I never was. I'm not going to allow you to come in here and fucking dictate how I live. It's called being sovereign. That's what it's called. It's the same shit how our country was built. It's you don't be turning to the government for help. They work for me. I'm not going to turn around and ask them for help. They're to do what I tell them to do, not turn around and rob Henry so you can pay John. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about taxes. I'm not talking about taxes because taxes are different. Government taxes, I mean, you can't question the public debt. You know, it's in the Constitution. Plus, on top of that, you look at the report that was put out by Reagan in 86, I think, or maybe it was 84. And the Grace Commission report, when he turned around and he audited the government and he audited the IRS, and he blatantly right there on fucking TV said that not a single tax dollar that you pay into the government goes towards any programs. It goes into paying on the interest on the principal. So you got your principal, which is the national debt, and then you've got the interest that is incurred on it. So all these billions and trillions of dollars that people pay into taxes, it goes fucking nowhere into the national debt. It goes into the interest of the national debt. He proved that, and he showed it right there in the Grace Commission report. And then ultimately he got shot in the armpit because he brought all this shit to light. It's called the Grace Commission report. So these people out here who say, oh, you're just fucking living off our goddamn taxes. You son of a bitch. How could you be fucking so dumb? All this stuff is right there in the public eye. So, yeah. No, you keep working and don't stop. Yeah. Been there, done that. No, you keep working and don't stop. Yeah. I know, Bob. I mean, I'd like to be able to make enough money to the point to where I can actually start my own business. That's what I'd really like to do. Where I am in control of my funding, my funds. I don't go out, and I already know enough on how to do it anyways, because I've done it a few times before. I know all this internet marketing shit, you know. There is so much stuff. Plus I study law. I know where the legal library is at. I can quote am jurisprudence. You know, it's like shit. I can do some cool stuff. It's just that I need a foundation. I need some place where I can even, park my stuff, where I've got reliable internet so I can stay connected with everybody. I need my computer operating so that way I can write up legal affidavits. I can write up, motions and briefs and all that kind of shit. I can actually start taking charge of my goddamn life. And it's, and I don't want to move. I don't want to leave Montana because I've been here for 20 years. I've never lived anywhere in my life so damn long. So it's like home now. My karma is here. My essence is here. And to turn around and move someplace else, shit, I'd have to start all over again. It gets exhausting. It's pathetic. I shouldn't have to do it. Do you have savings? No. Nope. I only do online banking. I have no bank accounts anywhere. I mean, there's ways I can set up a bank account under a private credit number, but I got to get that shit established first too. Because most of these businesses out here it's fucking funny how some of these banks out here actually don't understand shit when it comes to setting up accounts. They think the only way you can set up an account is by getting your social security number or your birth certificate, and then we'll set up an account for you. Bullshit. What's an EIN number for? You set up an EIN number on our account. You don't need a social security account. You don't need access to that fucking trust at all. You don't need that. You can use a private credit number, a PCN. That's a private credit number. It's a 9-digit allocated operates off the same damn algorithm as a social security number or a fucking employer identification number. You can get yourself a fucking Hague Convention number. You can get yourself, there's all sorts of different numbers you can allocate your business under. There's all sorts of shit out there. But all these goons out here, all these programmed fucking dumbasses are just like, oh, we need your social security number. No, you don't. You don't need that at all. Well, yeah, you do. If you want our services, you're going to need to have it. Well, fuck you. All right, fine. Screw it. I just need to get one of those. I need to get a private credit number before I try to go out and get an actual bank account. But, I do a lot. I've got my PayPal set up, and the bank account that's associated with my PayPal is shut down. It's gone. You can't access it anymore, which was enough oomph to keep my PayPal accounts open so I can still do PayPal transactions. People can still send me money via PayPal. I got a PayPal card, and now I've got Cash App. I think I might switch over to Venmo, but Venmo is more of a credit type of thing. And I want to make sure that I got a private credit number and associate that private credit number with the Venmo. Now, private credit numbers have generated a bad rap. So if you ever did a PCN, a private credit number search in Google, you're going to come across all these articles about people fraudulently using them, because a private credit number is just that. It's a private credit number. It is your personal way of proving to e-commerce that you're somebody who's worth a shit. Now, your Social Security number is a public number that is issued to you from the Social Security Administration. It's what they use to tax you on. It is what they use to issue out benefits and privileges like food stamps, housing, medical, veterans affairs, veterans money, veterans housing. All that shit is associated with that public number that comes from the Social Security number. But what the Social Security system does is no different than what you can do on your own. You can do it on your own. Everything that the federal government, and that you can do it on your own. You can't get all the benefits and privileges because you don't have all those other administrative agencies out there tying into your private credit number. But if you want to set up a bank account and create your own private credit through a private credit number instead of a public credit number like your Social Security number, you have the right to do that. You don't have to use your Social Security number to create credit. Hold on a second, you guys. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Sometimes it becomes a little problematic when the only thing you got to stay in contact with the world is just one phone. So everybody who texts me, all these people that know me, they text me and they try calling me and they just want to talk, all that kind of stuff, especially when I'm doing a live stream, just dicks over the whole program. Work cash or PayPal. Work cash or PayPal or whatever you got. PayPal is best only till you get enough money to get going. Start with the basics first. Your ride and food and places to sleep. Oh yeah, Bob G. I know. I've been doing this. I've been living like this for 3 years now, going on 4. So I know I'm very familiar with what I need to do. It's just trying to do it. Being prevented from doing it. People standing in my way, or I'm breaking some penal code or some bullshit. Starting over here wouldn't be so hard at all when you get help. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of places. I mean, I could move down to Arizona with maybe it's New Mexico. I could move down to New Mexico and stay with, I probably could stay with ADSAR. There's a lot of places I could stay, but I'd have to relearn a lot of stuff, because I operate in a lot of law stuff, you guys, which means I'd have to go and get in and learn your state statutes and how to file certain claims and all that kind of stuff. That takes years to do, and get comfortable with the environment, get comfortable with the people, it's quite a, and then get back into learning that system of financing, because not every place's money costs of something are the same. Indiana might have an income tax, or not. It might have a sales tax. A 6% sales tax, where that's going to dick over my entire everything I spend money on. Up here in Montana, there is no sales tax. So if I have $1 and something costs 99 cents, I get a penny back. There's no sales tax here. So it's very convenient to live here because you don't have to sit there and try to factor in all this math on everything that you're about to buy. Oh, just go to make money. Yeah, I mean, I can do that. See, North Dakota is booming with money too. All that oil that they're drilling up there in North Dakota. Man, that's trillions of dollars worth of oil. Apparently, the United States has an oil reserve underneath it that's bigger than anything in Saudi Arabia. We got 7% sales tax. Yeah. Yeah. So every time you go to buy something that might be $1 or 99 cents, you're looking at paying $1.06. Now, that's not a big deal. But when you're buying a welder from Home Depot, that's $800. You're looking at another $80 extra that you got to come up with or something. We got. Yes, that is a thing here. Ours is 6% in Michigan. Wait, MI? Yeah, that's Michigan, ain't it? At $10 an hour, that's a day's work. Yeah. If I'll go to work and we'll start at normally like 10 o'clock in the morning, which is a really good hour. We'll go to work and start at 10 o'clock in the morning and work till about 3 or 4. And then that's our day, which is kind of convenient, because then I got to get back here because I just don't like leaving my stuff sit around for fucking hours out here on the streets. You know what I'm saying? My family owns Rauch World in Sturgis. Huh. That's cool. Yeah. I'm way more familiar with this landscape, kind of. I mean, there's so much stuff that I don't know. It's just weird. It's like a thing with me. It's like I don't. There's so much about this valley that I don't know about. I can't name the valleys that all connect to the primary Missoula Valley here. I can't name them all. We got like the Rattlesnake, and then we've got like Lower Miller Creek, which is like a small little valley back there. And it's like I don't know all these valleys. I've never taken the time to actually really learn them. I never considered it to be important to know. Not until I started living out here. There's just shit you just don't think you ever need to know, so you just don't learn it. Like, voodoo. It might be something to respect, but I'm not gonna do it because it's not a benefit to my life. You see what I'm saying? It's pointless to learn. I don't understand why we need to learn it. It really isn't. But Roach or Rock World. Rock World in Sturgis. MI, is that Michigan or no? MI is no, MN is Minnesota. Is MI Michigan? Jeez, my brain's not working. Roach, Rouch, Rouch. Roach, but pronounced like Roche. Ranch. Roche Ranch. Michigan. Okay. Oh, shoot. All my coffee's gone. All my juice is gone. Dang it. Is it a big camper park too? Huh. Yeah, they got a. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I was talking to a guy down here at the POV who says that where he works at, they need help too. But it's a park, trailer park, and they they're looking for help out there, but you have to live at the trailer court to work there, which makes me wonder. I'm willing to bet that it's one of those situations where they will take money instead of paying you, they'll take it off your rent. And if that's the case, and he's told me about some of the jobs that he's done, and he's had to go in there and fix stuff that other people who've done the same type of job, just band-aided the crap together. He said he walked into a house and all the outlets are literally hanging out of the wall, and they're like all crusty and stuff, like they started fire and shit like that, or they got a plug in and it took too much juice or something. And it makes me wonder if this trailer park is like one of those trailer parks that somebody in another state owns the land and they subcontract it out, and they don't want to spend any money. They don't want to spend any money on upkeep on any of the trailers in the place. So if you go out and you buy stuff to fix things, they won't reimburse you. Because I've worked for fucking landlords like that in the past too. And that's bullshit. Especially, or like you go out to work and they'll take it off your rent. Well, no, you're not going to take it off my rent. What you're going to do is you're going to pay me, and then I'm going to tack on what I need to tack on onto rent, and then I'm going to use the remaining to go get some goddamn food. You know, they think that it's okay that we're just going to take it off your rent. No. Because I've done that before. I've worked that. Last time I was homeless in the beginning of fucking 2000, I mean, I got into a situation where I was working for this landlord, and he just decided to take my wages off of my rent. Well, what his fucking ass was doing is he would calculate everything all the way up until my rent, and then he wouldn't have me work anymore. So sure, I paid off rent, but I never had any fucking money to eat or to put gas in my car. I couldn't go out and be social. I couldn't meet anybody. I couldn't, it was like you were fucking stuck to his goddamn bullshit. And that of course, obviously that only lasted for like maybe a month or two. I was like, dude, there is no fucking way. No. You're not going to sit there and let me move onto your property and then turn around, make me go out there and work to pay off any rent. And then when I need extra money, then what? You're not going to pay me? Bullshit. I'm not going to be a slave to your ass. I ultimately left that place. I'm not going to do that. A lot of people think that's a great thing. No, it's not. Wait till you get into it. That's a stupid thing. You don't work to pay off your rent, because then they'll make it so that way you don't work anymore once your rent is paid off. And now you can't get a better car. You can't do anything to improve your fucking life. You can't even save up enough money to actually get out of that fucking place. And when you want something fixed, or you want your lawn mowed or something like that, then they won't fucking do it. Bullshit. There's a lot of shitty fucking people, and I've met a lot of them here, dude. I've met a lot of people out here who have the fucking audacity to claim that they're good people, but they all they want to do is just make sure that they ensnare your ass under some fucking bullshit agreement. Gotta set the rent aside for the pay. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many of these people out here are like that. They see that you're in a hardship. They see that you're bound or whatever. And like, especially for the homeless people out here. You know, some of these contractors, they show up to pick up a bunch of homeless people. They take them out to go do some shit. Next thing you know, they're getting dropped off, and they'll be like, all right, we'll stop in Wednesday to drop off your paycheck. And they never show back up because they were a fucking subcontractor from fucking Mexico. They came up here and they did the job, and they just hired a bunch of people and didn't really pay them anything. Yeah, that happens a lot. And then you got some of these ranch owners around here who will do the exact same shit. Take advantage of the homeless people. Especially, or like somebody like me who, because I've seen this happen before too. Somebody tries to go out and start their own little handyman business, and they get out to some place, and they're sitting there, and they barely have, they got their tools, but they hardly have any gas, and they haven't eaten because they had to get out there at like fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. So they start working, and they bid the job out. The person wants to know how much they're going to charge. And they say, okay, well, I'll charge you, $120 for doing this and this. And I'll work up until about, maybe 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Well, you start doing that shit. Then they start walking up. Oh, could you do this? Could you do that? I just got this real simple thing up here. Can you do that? Next thing you know, you're sticking around till fucking 8 o'clock at night. You still haven't eaten. You still don't have any gas in your car. And you're exhausted, and for $130. It's pathetic. I've heard so many fucking horror stories about that. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the big things that I like, because I study the legal system. I know what attorneys to turn to when it comes down to fucking labor laws. I know the federal prosecutors. I know the federal defenders. I know the courts. I know I've got the email to the attorney to the assistant, the special attorney to the assistant general, Amy Pfeiffer. I've got her email. This is stuff that I've acquired over time that I can use as tools to get shit done. Not for myself, because that's personal self-enrichment. And that's just kind of a fucking wrong thing you need to do. You don't use the system to fucking get your own ass rich. You don't do it that way. You do it based upon your work and your efforts, not just to turn around and take advantage of the system for your own self. Maybe if I was going to become rich and I was going to turn around and use the system and use everything that I've done to help better other people's lives, sure, that would be justified. But for me to turn around and use what I know to buy a fucking Maserati, or buy that's dishonorable. You're a piece of shit. I'd be a piece of shit if I did that, and I'm not going to do that. Sheila Hogan. Sheila Hogan is the director of the Department of Health and Human Services. I've got her email. It's I'd be a bitch if I turned around and started trying to make my life so much fucking better by doing that. But I don't. I use those things to help other people's lives out. I'm not going to turn around and use it for myself. Yeah, I've got the talent to do it, but I'm not going to do it because it's just not a good thing. Other people would. And those are the people who get their asses in trouble and end up going to prison. It's not that it's illegal. It's just that somebody out there thinks that it's illegal and they fucking coming after you. And next thing you know, you default on some type of paperwork that you should have filed because you've got fucking 47 goddamn things coming in on in the mail. You can't keep up with it. And then you end up defaulting. Next thing you know, you've got, a $47,000 fine. You got 6 years in jail. And you're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Well, they paper slammed you is what they did. Knowing full well that you couldn't keep up with everything. Especially when you're homeless, you don't have a foundation and you can't sit on the internet and fill out your goddamn paperwork like you're supposed to. And doing your shit. Keeping up. You guys should have seen what it was like when I was doing my federal lawsuit, when I was suing child support. Remember that? You guys remember when I was doing that? I was down on my computer from sunup to sundown, studying, typing up affidavits, briefs, motions, all sorts of shit. I was making sure I was connected to that system consistently. Fought it all with them for a year and 3 months. That's pretty damn impressive. Most people only last for about 4 months because they ultimately can't state a claim in which relief can be granted, and the courts shut down their shit. Keep their $400 filing fee. $25 an hour. Yeah. Normally I do 20 an hour because it keeps things even. Because if I have a 5 in there somewhere, or then a lot of times people don't have, if you're working $20 an hour and you work for 3 hours, that's $60. Most people have 320s in their purse or 320s in their wallet. When you start throwing in a 5 into that, then now they gotta give you an extra 10 because they don't have any 5s. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep everything even to the point to where that can come out. Of course, you can always jack it up to $30 an hour nowadays. I mean, I work for $10 an hour, and that's like a living wage. What, fucking 10 years ago? When I had a shop, I was doing $75 an hour. Ooh, yeah. Nowadays, I think, those transmission guys raped the shit out of me when they changed my transmission. I mean, all they did was take this plate that they had, this new plate and these pressure plates, and stuck it on my transmission, bolted all back together, sealed everything up, and then they turn around and charge me $1,400 motherfucking dollars for that. $1,400 just to separate my transmission, go up in there and take all the broken pieces down, and then I know I got totally raped. But I'm a homeless guy, and apparently that kind of shit's fucking okay. Because if I didn't pay it, then I would have lost my truck. $75 an hour was 3 years ago. Yeah. I know some of these shops around here charge $85 to $95 an hour. Just because, of COVID and everything, all the cost of everything's going up. Yeah, it'd be kind of neat. I mean, right now, down at this other lady's house that I know, this girl's house that I know, when I was out there at ACS, I was having a lot of the dumpster divers go out, and when they're dumpster diving, if they come across any big jars, bring them to me. So I had a bunch of people bringing me jars and stuff like that. And what I would do is I would take jute cord, and I'd macrame the jute cord around the jars, and then use them as hangers, because some people like that stuff. So I made about 8 of those, and I've got them sitting out at this girl's house in her garage, and I want to make some more, but I got to get some more jars and shit, and I want to make some more and then go down to the farmer's market and sell them for $15 or $20 a piece. I've seen 110 here now per hour. Really? Wow. My friend started his own construction business last year, and he's in charge, and he is charging $30 an hour for himself, for his labor. He does drywall finishing work, good money, right? Yeah, yeah, $30 an hour for that kind of stuff, especially when if you're the boss. If you're the boss and you're on site, you can charge up to, like, oh, for what he's doing, maybe 45 an hour, and then charge his laborers, the customer. You charge a customer $30 for the laborers, but for yourself, you always charge yourself more, because it's your knowledge, your experience, your tools, your know-how. You know what I'm saying? Charging yourself more, because with every minute that goes by, you're getting closer to death. Isn't your time worth some shit? So now, when I have to take time out of my life to go help fix somebody else's, you're damn right you're going to be charged for that. I should be out enjoying life. I should have my family. I should be on YouTube and having fun with my existence, not having to stop and go out and serve other people's lives. If I'm going to do that to make my own ends meet, then I am going to have to charge what I feel my labor is, my experience, my knowledge, my know-how. It's a justified cost, because I'm getting closer, and my time is my time is important to me. Every minute that goes by, I'm getting closer to death, and my time is important. And if I have to take time out of my life to help somebody else's life, then I'm going to charge justly for that. Most people don't start businesses because they want to help people and be philanthropists and just, golly gee, thank you, thanks for the pat on the back, you're great, you've helped me exist so much better because I feel better now. No. Yeah, money and insanity. Yeah, that's one of those. That's those are the jobs that are, that's meticulous stuff. To do that kind of stuff. Yeah, you have to be patient when you do that kind of stuff. Actually hires people under the table. Yeah. Yeah, some employers are out there are starting to realize that some of the best talent out there are the guys who work under the table. The people who do things for cash. That's one of the reasons why I got a Cash App set up, because some people actually pay me through Cash App. Some people pay me through PayPal. Charges 50 or 60 per no license, right? Yeah. Yeah. Because all a license really is asking permission to engage in commerce. That's all a license really is. You're asking permission to have a job. And technically, you really don't need to ask anybody's permission to generate income for your life. Everybody thinks you do because they've been brainwashed by the way this fucking society works. And if you don't, then you're bad, and you get people barking at you. But if you know the law and you know how things work and you understand the principles behind everything, you don't need a license to do shit. You don't need to ask permission to do fuck all. As long as you stay in honor. As long as you stay an honorable person, you know, you don't need a license. Now if you're if you're getting drunk and you're going out and doing cookies in a kindergarten parking lot, yeah, that's a little bit overstated there. You shouldn't have a license if you're going to be doing that kind of crap. But if you don't have a license and you still obey all the laws and you're still courteous to people and you're still nice, you keep your car upkeep, you keep all the lights working, you make sure the bumpers work and the tires are all filled up and you're not a burden, do you really need a license? Plus, on top of that, that's a lot of burden that the state doesn't have to take on, because every single time you get a license, the state is given the okay that you can operate in a certain fashion, in a certain manner. So in the event any fucking mistakes happen and your license is at stake, then that means the state also is part liable because they gave the okay. It's just most people never realize it. If you ever get into a car accident, if you ever get into a fucking car accident and the other person has a license but they don't have insurance, or they neglectfully, they were fucking drunk and they slammed into the side of your car, guess what? Who else is liable for that shit? The fucking state, because they allowed them to have a license. But nobody ever goes after the state because they all think that, oh, well, golly gee, I never even thought of it that way. You know, it's like your parents telling you it's okay for you to go out and run through people's yards. You now got a license. You got the okay to go run through people's yards. So you go out and you're a kid, you're running through people's yards. You got this okay from your parents. And suddenly you step on somebody's sprinkler system and break $400 worth of sprinkler heads. Who else is responsible? Your goddamn parents are, because they gave you the fucking okay. It's the same thing with the state. It's just nobody ever fucking turns around and goes after the state and says, hey, your bitch asses gave this person a license. You gave this person, you told us, you said, you made a public declaration by authorizing this person, this human being, to get behind a goddamn chunk of steel, 2.5 tons, to go down the street. You gave them the okay to do that. Just nobody ever does that, because nobody ever consciously puts 2 and 2 together. It means more pay, you and professionals. He's 25 years older, been in construction, doing finishing work for 6 years. It means more pay, you a professional. LOL, that's be the zoning lady here. That would be the zoning lady. Oh, did you guys hear that? Sound like a gunshot. Or it's somebody's not spent fireworks from the 4th of July. Yeah, that's another thing. They shut down the 4th of July around here. Did you know that? Around here, they shut down the 4th of July, and their excuse was because it was too dry and it might start fires, which was just bullshit, because the Osprey field across the river here, they're blowing off big shit whenever they win a game. But come the 4th of July this year, the city didn't have the funding to put forward a large amount of fireworks display this year. But then they went one step further and they posted it in the paper that if your neighbors are shooting off fireworks and you call them in, you can get a $50 reward if a ticket is written. So you had all these people out here snitching their neighbors off because they're shooting off fireworks and stuff so they can make $50. Fucking pathetic, man. Snitching society. All right, guys, it's been I've been doing this live stream for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm getting a little tired. I need to go to get down to the gas station. I need to get a pack of cigarettes and some soda or coffee. Oh, yeah. Zoning people, yeah. That was something the other day. The other day, I went to this seminar that was put on by the Montana Assessor's Office. And what people didn't know is that according to the laws and their rules, the tax assessor's office can come on your property and measure property out to do an assessment on the taxes. Some people got pissed off about that. They're like, you don't come on my fucking property and assess the taxes. And they're like, you're not going to come into my house. No, we're not coming in your house. We have to legally set up paperwork and stuff and send it to you in the mail to come in and evaluate the inside of your property. On the outside, it doesn't matter if it's gated or not. We can walk in there and we can measure up your property and make an assessment that way. Some people just fucking hated that. People don't quite understand. People don't understand that our system is not based on this old common law stuff anymore. And it hasn't since like 1933. So many of these people don't realize that just because you have the title to your property doesn't mean you own it. You're not the holder in due course. To be the holder in due course of your property, you need to file your property on a UCC-1 financing statement. Nobody fucking knows what the hell that shit is. You can't claim. You haven't claimed your property. You're holding that, and technically, you're a custodian for the state on that property. You hold title to it. You don't. It's like your car. You hold title to your car, but you don't hold the original manufacturer's not ordinance, but the original manufacturer's God, I want to say it's a docket, but that's not what it is. But it's a document that comes from the manufacturer. So whenever you apply, let's say you buy a car, you go down to the DMV, you put the application in that this is the car, and you have the VIN number. You put the VIN number on that information. Well, what the state does on their end is they turn around and they find that VIN number. They contact Ford, Mercury, or whoever. They request the original manufacturer's documentation of the creation of that car. That car comes in, that information comes into the state, and then they take that documentation and they file it on a UCC-1 financing statement as an ancillary possession of claimed ownership. So then the state now can turn around and make money off of that through their brokerage firm and a bunch of other fancy shit that I'm not going to get into. And then they become the holder in due course. That's a very specialized term. They become the holder in due course, and then they just issue out the holder in due course is the one who claims the property, and now 9/10 of the claimed property becomes to the owner, which means that's why the state owns your house. That's why the state owns your car. They are the holder in due course. You just have a title or a certificate of title. You don't have the original manufacturer's ownership property documentation that came from the manufacturer. That's why the state, if the cat got out of the bag about that kind of shit, that kind of freak a lot of people out, because that would mean since the state owns your vehicle, they have claimed your vehicle. That's a very specific phrase. Claimed, a claim. What is the legit? Yeah, you can't sit there and say, well, you see this? I went and I bought this piece of this light down at Walmart, and it's mine. I claim it. That don't fucking mean shit, because there's a maximum of law. The spoken word goes out the window. The written word stays forever. So how do you claim something? Well, you got to file it on a UCC-1 financing statement as an ancillary possession under your own personal ownership, which ultimately comes down to a whole plethora of stuff that you have to fill out and stuff to become the owner in due course of your own property. If the cat got out of the bag like that, cops would be able to walk over to any fucking car and not any constitutional bullshit, turn around and just open your car up and go through it, because you just hold a title. The state is the holder in due course of that, and they're the holder in due course, and they own that ancillary possession. You can also look that up in a federal level by looking at Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution. The actual Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17. Congress has the right to claim any property or anything within their territory. Now, what is their territory? All the contracts they make up. That's their territory too. Your social security number is their territory. If you're not the holder in due course of your property, the things that you choose to be in control of, then somebody else is going to control it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I'm like jonesing really bad. I need some more sugar to calm me down. I need some coffee and yeah, I think I need to get another pack of cigarettes. Yeah, look at these. Look at this. Look at this crazy I'm smoking right now. Lucky Strikes. These things are so harsh against my lungs, man. They make me cough so hard. I normally like to smoke these. If I've got the money, I buy Marlboro Red Labels. Even though they're more expensive, but they're a lot more smoother for me to smoke. And then if it's not those or these, then I like to smoke Montego. Yeah. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out with me. It gets really fucking lonely out here. I'm really, really, really fucking lonely out here. I mean, there's a lot of people out here that I talk to, but talking to sane people, yeah. But like I said, guys, if you can help out, yeah, there's my Cash App, which is $, capital T, and then it's T-Man's Go Karts with a capital T and a $. And then there's my PayPal. I think that link is down in the description of this thing. Yeah. It all helps. It all helps. Oh, God. Starting to burn out. Starting to burn out. All right. I'll see you guys later.